I used to love Oprah, like most of us who grew up when we did. And only now did I realize I've been getting spoon-fed propaganda from this woman for years. I always took her little setup packages as gospel. You know, before I was a reporter, I never even thought to question whether Oprah might be intentionally misleading me. Then last night, the dawn came and I was like, oh my God, she is not a reporter. She's a propagandist. She's trying to shove messaging down my throat of whatever she believes, not what's real. So you remember she did that like kind of factual interview after the quote documentary of Michael Jackson?
Yes.
That was so dishonest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the queen of daytime television just got dethroned on live TV. And no, it wasn't by another talk show diva or a scandalous expose. It was Greg Gutfeld and Megyn Kelly who tag-teamed Oprah Winfrey in what might be the most ruthless takedown since the fall of Ellen. Cut to dramatic montage of Oprah clips, headlines, Gutfeld and Kelly footage. Narrator: you get a car, you get roasted, you get exposed. Cut to host on camera, seated with a cup of tea. Host: I used to love Oprah. You probably did too. She was the voice of warmth, wisdom, and those epic giveaways. But let's keep it real. Oprah hasn't just been giving away cars. She's been giving us carefully crafted narratives, and it took Greg Gutfeld and Megyn Kelly to pull the curtain back on what's really been going on behind that billion-dollar brand. Far seeing to the live TV smackdown. Host: this wasn't your average TV spat. This was cable news versus daytime royalty. Greg came in hot with sarcasm sharp enough to slice a diamond, and Megyn brought the receipts. Oprah, on the other hand, she brought awkward silence. Cut to clip of Gutfeld mocking Oprah's empire. Narrator: 1 minute, she's everyone's spiritual auntie. The next, she's dodging critique like Neo in The Matrix. Host: they didn't just critique her, they dismantled her. From her overpriced favorite things list, hello, $1,000 pizza oven and $590 coffee maker, to her tone-deaf gift suggestion book titled, I'm Dead Now What? Megyn and Greg didn't hold back. Imagine gifting someone that on Christmas. Marwan. From reporter to propagandist. Host: Megyn Kelly said what a lot of people are now thinking. Oprah's not a reporter. She's a propagandist. She doesn't ask tough questions. She steers the narrative. Take her Michael Jackson documentary. She had compromising info, active lawsuits, and conflicting testimony, yet she just didn't ask the hard stuff. Why? Narrator: because it wasn't journalism. It was marketing. Marketing. A feeling. A version of the truth. Her version. The empire exposed. Host: Greg Gutfeld didn't mince words. He compared Oprah's media empire to a monopoly. TV networks, magazines, streaming deals. If it has an audience, Oprah wants to own it. And don't be fooled by that sweet smile. Behind it is a mogul playing chess while the rest of us play checkers. Send a cut to clip of Oprah talking about unity while sipping from a luxury mug. Host, sarcastically: ah yes, unity, served on a diamond-encrusted platter. Gratitude from a golden tower. Host: let's talk about hypocrisy. Oprah tells her audience, millions of middle-class Americans, to embrace gratitude. Meanwhile, she jets around in private planes, lives in a mansion, and sips rare teas. Gutfeld said it best, preaching thankfulness from a golden tower while most people can't even make rent. Narrator: the message: be inspired by Oprah, but don't expect her to live like you. The forced laughs and gun. Captain Host: the only time Oprah laughed during that segment? When she joked about shooting a home intruder. Classy. But then she immediately tried to backtrack with a fake laugh and a nervous, my staff will deal with that later. The mask slipped, and what we saw was a little unnerving. Insert. Clip of awkward laugh and staff comment. Wellness or wealthness? Host. Oprah's wellness brand is a whole empire in itself. Kale smoothies, spiritual books, detox teas. Gutfeld joked it's like watching a shark do ballet. Awkward and terrifying, and Megyn nailed it. It's not about healing, it's about branding. Each self-care moment, just another product she's selling. Oprah. For President Iliwell. Host. And the politics? Oh honey, that's another circus. 1 minute she's hinting at running for office, the next she's retreating into vague speeches about unity. Gutfeld called it the political version of to be continued. Megyn saw it for what it is, calculated PR. Narrator. Stay liberal enough for the applause, but not so far left that your billionaire buddies get nervous. Dafui, the Maui disaster and spiritual spin. Host. Then there's the Maui fire response. Remember that video with The Rock? A few heartfelt words and then poofki, back to slippers and salt grinders. No updates, no accountability, just distraction. Clip of Oprah and The Rock in donation video. Narrator. 1 moment. It's about rebuilding lives, the next it's who wants slippers. First missing from the cult of authenticity. Host. And here's the kicker. Oprah built her brand on being authentic, the vulnerable queen of relatability. But Megyn and Greg saw through it. Every tear, every chuckle, every aha moment, choreographed. She's less authentic Oprah and more scripted spiritual CEO. Narrator. It's not a conversation, it's a performance. Basham. Final thoughts. Host. Look, Oprah changed lives. No one's denying her impact. But what Gutfeld and Kelly exposed wasn't just contradictions. It was a carefully engineered empire designed to control the narrative, push products and silence dissent. Its empowerment wrapped in velvet, hiding an iron fist. Narrator. She preaches change, but benefits from the system staying exactly the same. Host. So what do you think? Is Oprah still the queen of inspiration? Or has her reign turned into a media monarchy feeding us truth with a side of marketing? OSQ outro music. Host. Smash that like button if this opened your eyes, subscribe for more real talk, and let me know in the comments. Did Oprah go too far, or did Gutfeld and Kelly just say what we were all thinking? Until next time, stay awake, stay aware. End screen with subscribe button, related videos? Absolutely. Here's the continuation of your YouTube video script based on the satirical and dramatic tone you've established. And here's the wild part. For years, people have worshipped Oprah like she's some kind of all-knowing cultural goddess. But what Greg Gutfeld and Megyn Kelly just did, that was nothing short of pulling back the velvet curtain and revealing the real machinery behind the Oprah myth. They didn't just clap back, they dismantled the illusion, piece by piece. Let's talk about that infamous Maui video with The Rock. Remember when Oprah stood in front of the camera with her billionaire buddy, all solemn, asking regular people pals to donate money while she sat on a mountain of cash? Yeah, that didn't go over well. The internet lit up with backlash, and for good reason. Gutfeld didn't hesitate to call it what it was: tone-deaf, performative, and frankly insulting. If you're worth billions and you're asking people living paycheck to pitch in, that's not philanthropy, that's PR gone wrong. And what happened after that video flopped? Crickets. Silence. It vanished faster than an Oprah giveaway car on a studio lot. No follow-up, no accountability, just a pivot right back to slippers and salt on the favorite things list. Megyn Kelly highlighted that moment too, noting how Oprah seems to have mastered the art of the strategic sidestep. When things get too real, too messy, too controversial, she's out. Poof. Back to safe, soft-spoken wellness tips and luxurious gift guides that cater to the elite. But here's the kicker. The contradiction between Oprah's message and her actions isn't just ironic, it's dangerous. While she preaches empowerment, self-love, and resilience, she avoids diving into the gritty, uncomfortable conversations that actually empower people. Gutfeld called it out plain and simple. Oprah's built a brand around emotional manipulation. She doesn't uplift, she pacifies. And Megyn, she dug even deeper. She suggested that Oprah's empire isn't about truth or justice. It's about control. Controlling narratives, controlling consumer choices, controlling which voices get amplified and which get silenced. And if you disagree, well then, you're just not aligned with your higher self. Translation: be quiet and buy the book. Then there was the moment Oprah joked about shooting an intruder. Yeah. That's the one time she laughed, a real, guttural cackle, because apparently that is where her authenticity lives. Not in confronting real issues, not in facing criticism, but in imagining herself as a gun-toting billionaire defending her mansion. It was weird, it was jarring, and it peeled away even more of the polished image she's worked decades to maintain. And let's not forget her so-called spiritual guidance. Gutfeld said it best. Oprah talking about spirit guides and universal energy is like watching a TED Talk delivered by a confused life coach on too much green juice. It's vague, it's fluffy, and it's designed to make you feel something without actually changing anything. Because if you really felt empowered, you might stop looking to Oprah for permission. And that's the real threat to her empire. Critical thinking. Gutfeld and Kelly didn't just criticize Oprah. They encouraged people to ask questions, to stop accepting what's being sold at face value, to realize that behind every inspirational quote and must-read book is a business plan. Now let's be clear, Oprah is a phenomenal success story. No one's denying that. But what happens when the story becomes a shield? When the myth gets so big no one dares question it? That's exactly why this takedown hit so hard. Because for the first time, people saw that maybe, just maybe, the Queen of Daytime isn't above scrutiny. So now the question is,